Welcome to Pen Positive Outclass. This is Vinod Narayan. Thanks for tuning in. This is the fourth part in a five-part series that I'm doing on how we plan for New Year, how we plan for the year ahead. 2024 is only a few days ahead of us, and as we near 2024, there are 3 points in this video that I want to make, and the first thing is about investing in personal development. So, before we even think about personal development or what are the areas that we would potentially invest our time in, we should have an understanding of what personal development really means to us. Why do we have to invest in personal development? One of the things that I look at when we look at ourselves is that we are at a state at this moment, might be good, might be bad. But in the future, maybe 1 year later, maybe a few months later, we want to be in a position that is better than what we are currently. So the way we reach a point that is better than what we are now is by investing some time in developing ourselves. And I think that's very important for us to define what that development really means. Let's look at a few examples. Now, there might be some skill that you want to develop that will help you. Maybe you want to read books better. Maybe you want to be able to comprehend better. Maybe writing is something that you want to develop. Maybe it is public speech. There are definitely a lot of people who find it difficult to go on stage and talk to people. And those are all skills that someone can learn. Either we learn on ourselves or we take help from others. There are courses for it, there are workshops for it, there are mentors that we can get. Then there is that any opportunity that you get to be on stage and talk, instead of shying away, go there and do it. Yes, there might be times when we might not be able to talk, we might fumble, but that's okay. There is no one who learns how to speak on stage without going on the stage and speaking. So I think we all need to identify the areas of development, areas of personal development that we have, and then go in that direction. The next one is establishing healthy habits. When you talk about habits, whether it is good habits or bad habits, it's something that we cultivate. There are some habits without us knowing it becomes habits. We start doing it once, then we do it a few times, then before we know it becomes a habit. Even things that we consider as good and healthy habits, those also become habits without sometimes we knowing. For example, you get up in the morning and say you're doing stretching, you're doing yoga, or you're doing exercise, going for a walk, going for a run. Maybe something that you do in the morning that is healthy. And you keep doing that for a long time. Then one day you get up and you don't do that. You feel bad. Because those habits make us feel good. And same goes with bad habits. You develop a bad habit, and the day you don't do it, you feel bad about it. So both healthy good habits and unhealthy bad habits both stick with us in a way in which habits have a nature that if we don't do it, we feel bad about it. So there's a conscious effort that we have to do to build healthy habits. Maybe that's about healthy eating. Maybe that's about physical exercise. Maybe that is about how we connect with people, right? What are the healthy good habits? For example, I can tell you something that I have recently developed a habit, and it is not a good habit. So we've got sweets, and we've got a lot of such kind of snacks available in the office. And I realize this because the day I'm in office, I'll be walking to the pantry, I'll go there, I'll pick up something and I'll eat. But at the same time, on the days that I'm working from home, I don't do it. I just work and then I have my food and I don't have this intermediate snacking. I'm trying to figure out why is it? Why am I not strong enough to say no to myself when I walk next to the aisle where the sweets are kept? And before I know, this has become a habit. And it's a bad habit. I should probably switch what I'm eating, or I should stop walking that part of the aisle. Maybe I should consciously do some effort to not do it. There are also good habits that I've developed. So I have a very small 10-15 minutes routine that I do in the morning. And I used to wake up at 6 o'clock, but recently I started waking up at 5 o'clock. And that has stuck with me. Every day I wake up, I have to do this 10-15 minutes healthy routine that helps me wake up, moves my body, gives me some kind of a flexibility and strength. And I have my coffee. I enjoy having my coffee. Something that makes me feel that today is going to be a good day. So I think 2024 we should really evaluate the habits that we have and find the healthy habits that we have. Keep doing it so that we don't lose it. I mean, you can lose having a habit. I mean, it's good to lose a bad habit, but it's not good to lose a good habit. Also look at some other things that we do, which is more like habits which are bad, and how do we get rid of it. Third point is connecting with loved ones. Maybe phone calls, maybe friends, interacting with friends, meeting them once in a while, spending time. I think this is an area that I feel that I might have not put enough effort on. And that might have to do a lot with the way I am built and a lot of insecurities and issues that I might have personally. And those are the things that I need to overcome. To overcome some of the insecurities that we have to keep ego aside. And sometimes it's very, very difficult. It's very easy to say that keep your ego aside. But it's not that easy to keep the ego aside. Sometimes this ego is so ingrained in us that if we keep it aside, we feel that something is being torn apart from us. We have identified with our ego so much that if it's not there, we cannot identify with ourselves. But if connecting with people is an important thing that we have to pursue, I'm not saying that all these things have to be pursued by people, but connecting with people whom we love, who love us, I think that's also something that we might probably want to look at in 2024. I'm not saying that every person that we know have to be kept in touch, because it's practically not possible. And to be honest, there are people in my life, there are going to be people in my life whom I don't like. I don't want to keep in touch. And I'm being brutally honest about it. And that doesn't mean they're bad. It just means that I don't want to keep in touch with them. Yeah, that's fine. Because at the end of the day, I think we hold the right to keep in touch with whom we want to and whom we don't want to. And our well-being is our responsibility, not anyone else's. With that, I leave you all for today. And one more video, one more podcast episode before the end of the year. And that's going to be on the last part of this 5-part series. And then we head straight into 2024. And by that time, I think I will have a fair idea of how I'm going to take the videos and podcast every week and how I'm going to proceed into 2024. You guys take care. If you've not subscribed, please do subscribe. And I'll see you all next week. Thank you.